Like, do you think Jordan's happy?
I don't think he's happy. Do you remember when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame and he was talking about writers?
Yeah.
He was talking shit about writers.
Yeah.
He wasn't thanking his coaches and his teammates, and it's been an amazing ride, and I feel so blessed and fortunate. No, he's still like, F you. Remember when you said that? F you.
1993, your Sports Illustrated issue, you said my shoes look shitty.
Yeah, well...
But that's his furnace, right?
Yes,
like,
yeah.
some people need that as a furnace. Like, they need that competitive drive, you know? And like, I feel like that happens when you don't derive joy from what you do, you know? Like, you derive joy from the outcome. You're obsessed with outcome.
Those guys were heavily attached to achievement and to outcomes. It was, you know, I win an NBA championship or bust. There was no gray area. If I win an NBA championship, this season was a success. If we don't win an NBA championship, this season was a failure. It was incredibly black and white. Whereas as I choose to look through a lens now of being much more process oriented. You know, I certainly would prefer to hit certain outcomes and have certain achievements, but my sense of self, my confidence is not derived from those. I've learned to detach from those outcomes and learn to simply love the work, love the steps, love the process. And I feel like if I can enjoy the work, then I've already won in advance.
Something very few people realize is that the strategies that are used by the absolute elite and the best in the world, they don't scale particularly well for pretty much anybody else. Like, they're only good for those people that are prepared to sacrifice their entire lives to go and do that. And those are the people that, quite rightly, we look up to as heroes. You know, you see Michael Jordan's almost tyranny in The Last Dance, right? He seems like this complete sort of tyrannical leader, forcing players to do other things, like almost sort of talking down to the other guys in an effort to try and get aggression and motivate them up. He's motivated by aggression. You know, there's very much a resentful mentality that he's got going on there. No one would ever look at any of those things and think, yeah, that's a psychologically well-rounded human being. But what it did was it was able to facilitate a very specific type of performance in a very narrow domain.
They'll just zero in on that problem and obsess over that problem. And you have those extreme winners that literally, to the exclusion of everything else, including their family, including, you know, other people, focused on just one thing.
It's hard for me personally for the word obsessed and the word fulfillment and joy to coexist simultaneously. And I just think life is too short to spend half of your time feeling lousy.
You don't want to know that there's some crazy Kobe Bryant motherfucker getting up at 4 a.m, you know, doing deadlifts. Like, shit, I want to sleep, but I also want to be number one, bro.